Prince Charles refuses handshake offer from World War II veteran as he attends VJ Day ceremony. Prince Charles was caught snubbing an offer for a handshake from a World War II veteran as he prepared to lay a wreath to commemorate VJ Day on Saturday. Prince Charles rejected an offer to shake hands with a World War II veteran as he attended the VJ Day 75 celebrations in Staffordshire on Sunday. The Prince of Wales and Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, attended the commemoration at the National Memorial Arboretum to pay tribute to all veterans and soldiers who lost their lives in the war against Japan. One of the veterans in attendance stood from his seat as he saw Charles and Camilla approach, briefly saluting the Prince of Wales before trying to shake the hands of the heir to the throne. Charles briefly stopped near the man and chatted with him but gently rejected the offer for handshake before moving on to lay a wreath at the Burma Railway Memorial. The top royal has been avoiding physical contact during official engagements for months because of the coronavirus and has taken great care, in line with government guidelines, and has instead greeted people with a namaste gesture. Charles later led the UK in a 2-minute silence to remember the courage of Commonwealth forces involved in the efforts to win the war against Japan. He pledged to veterans the UK will not forget the sacrifice they and their friends made in the Far East during the war, as he incited they are respected and cherished. Charles said, "All too often those who fought in the Far East have been labeled the Forgotten Army in the Forgotten War." Many of the soldiers, nurses and other personnel felt angered and disappointed at how they were treated when they finally returned from a war which, from the public's point of view, had ended on May 8, 1945. Today, in this hallowed place, and in the presence of all those gathered here or in their homes, or wherever they may be, let us affirm that they and the surviving veterans are not forgotten. He added, "Rather you are respected, thanked and cherished with all our hearts and for all time. We salute all those who remain among us and offer our most heartfelt and undying gratitude for those who have gone before. Your service and your sacrifice will echo through the ages." The Prince of Wales paid tribute to his father, Prince Philip, who witnessed the signing of Japan's surrender as he was serving as second-in-command on HMS Whelp while the vessel was docked in Tokyo Bay. The royal also recounted the stories he heard from his uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten of Burma, who served as Supreme Allied Commander of the Southeast Asia Theater and oversaw the recapture of Burma, now Myanmar, from Japanese forces. Prince Charles later shared a video reading of one of his grandfather King George VI's diary entry for August 15, 1945, after he and Queen Elizabeth greeted Londoners in an open carriage to mark the victory over Japan. He said, "By 10 a.m. there were already large crowds outside Buckingham Palace and we drove in procession in a state landau with an escort to Westminster where I opened the first peacetime parliament since 1938. The crown was carried in the full procession but no robes were worn. My speech took 16 minutes to read, in which I mentioned the surrender of Japan." The Queen also released a statement, saying, "Prince Philip and I join many around the world in sending our grateful thanks to the men and women from across the Commonwealth and Allied nations, who fought so valiantly to secure the freedoms we cherish today." Prince William also joined his father and grandmother paying tribute to all veterans and their families for their sacrifice by highlighting the pride King George VI felt towards them. The Duke of Cambridge said, as he marked the moment the world had long prayed for, King George expressed his pride in the international effort from across the Commonwealth and Allied nations which secured success in the Asia-Pacific region. "We are forever grateful to all those who fought alongside us. It is hard for us to imagine what victory over Japan Day must have felt like at the time, a mix of happiness, jubilation, and sheer relief, together with a deep sadness and overwhelming sense of loss for those who would never return home. Today we remember those who endured terrible suffering and honor all those who lost their lives."